Guys, they're expanding Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Yeah, they're adding an expansion pack and at least two expansions this year, I guess. Technically now it's 2020. They're not doing it until like June and then fall, which a lot of people might be upset about because you have to wait around, but I'm actually super excited about because that means it's going to have more content, more development time, can be more polished, and I think it's going to answer a lot of the complaints on the internet about the Pokemon games and this decision to remove some of the Pokemon. They had promised, actually, earlier, they promised not to patch in Pokemon, but it looks like they're changing their minds. Probably because all the people who were very vocally upset about the lack of, what was it, like 400 Pokemon, something like that, maybe 500. So we know at least 200 more are coming in, plus all the legendaries, as far as I can tell, or at least I saw 20 of them shoot by in the little live stream. Um, so I'm super excited. I don't know how to describe how excited I am. I mean, I thought the base game is good. Like there are some visually stunning areas. This is one of them. I really like this town. It's my favorite. Anyway, there are some visually interesting, stunning, whatever you want to call them, places. And I honestly liked the ability to get all the Pokemon without having to transfer from other games. And a little disappointing is it's probably not going to be that way anymore. So for me personally, that's one little hit. But I'm sure I can find a way to get any Pokemon that I want to play with, and maybe they actually will all be on those two islands. The island of, oh, is it Isle of Armor, and then the other one I already have forgotten the name. But honestly, I really do think this is going to be like awesome. It's going to have so much new content, and I really like the little like co-op thing they mentioned. It could be like a little dungeon crawler that you go in with your friend, because the Dynamax dens, they're very swift. It's only for like a max like 5 minutes if you know what you're doing. So having a huge area, at least, okay, maybe I'm speculating too much, but from what they described, it seems like it's going to be a dungeon crawl you go with your friend, and in the end you fight some legendary or something. So I think that's cool, and I really look forward to that because like I'd love to play with my brother, for instance. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of it. And also very positive. They like positive news here is they're making it so if you don't have the expansion, you can still get the Pokemon that come with it, which is crazy. Like that blows my mind because we're so used to this. Like there's the first two versions and the third version that comes out, and the third version has all these new cool features and Pokemon, but you have to have that version to actually play with those Pokemon. But they're patching the old base game. You don't have to spend any money and still get all the Pokemon that come with it. There's like, I know Garchomp's coming in. People are hype about that. Anyway, I'm very happy, very excited. I had a feeling when I saw the news about Pokemon Direct, they kind of went, not completely radio silent, Game Freak, but they were quiet these past 2 months. But this news really is positive. I think if anyone is super angry, especially because the base game is getting this stuff, if they're still angry, it's a lot more nitpicky than it was before. There were some genuine concerns, but I think now there's that a lot of those concerns that were raised have been answered, and I think the end game content, if you actually get the expansion packs, the expansion pack is only one, will be. It will also solve that problem where some people think there's not much you can do at the end. I mean, I love the battle tower, so I don't have a problem, but I'm just me. But anyway, I really am thrilled at what Game Freak is doing. I think there are signs that a lot of the practices that people have been criticizing are at least not as severe, especially like I think there's the expansion pack is for both games, so you just buy it once and you have it for both. I could be wrong about that. Uh, and if I am wrong about that, then that's kind of weird. But the fact that you can get everything from trading really does, like, that's a very positive sign. Now we'll see what happens like in the coming years, because this seems to be what next year is going to be. It's not going to be another game. Like, one game per year has been their thing. And a lot of people criticize them for that, but now it seems like next year they're gonna do just the expansion pack for the main game franchise, and I'm curious to see if they continue that tradition. Like, what happens, in 2021? Are they gonna make new games like Sword 2, Shield 2, or are they gonna make more expansions? Like, they could make this sort of like Smash Ultimate is, where like it's like the best game on the Switch, like they're trying to make the best they can. They don't want to keep putting more into it and just make it so there's nothing that can even come close to it. I really hope they do something like that for Pokemon on the Switch. I'm thrilled. I really do think that people on the internet who've been upset, hopefully they feel a bit better, because honestly, like I understood their complaints, but it didn't get in the way for me for how much I enjoyed these Pokemon games. I mean, like, that's what I've been making on my channel now for like a month, month or so, a month and a half. So I understood the complaints of like there's a lot of internet complaints, right? But I always felt like this game still had such a good spirit, like a soul in it. And now I'm glad that it's being shown, Like, I really do think that it's going to shine out, like, just how good these games are, because I love them. I think they're the best Pokemon experience I've had. And we'll see what comes of these expansions. It's not till June, so we have a long time to wait till then. And then, I'll be a little bit impatient, but also happy that they're spending that much dev time on it, because it's probably going to be good if they do that for that long. Like, an expansion that lasts, like, that is in development for basically, at least 6 months, but probably a bit longer. That's going to be good. And then they have another one coming up afterwards. And it's like how, like, Call of Duty did their, like, season pass, where you get a bunch of expansions for one price? That's what they're doing here. So there's at least 2, and we'll see what comes later on. If they pull a Masuda and suddenly there's extra expansion stuff later, I'm sure a lot of people would be happy. Anyway, my rant is complete, or my rambling is complete. I wanted to talk about my thoughts on the Pokemon Direct that just came out. When I heard it was coming out 2 days ago, I'm like, yeah, they're doing an expansion pack. Like, I had a feeling, I don't know what, but like, consoles, if they're gonna go onto a console, they're probably gonna break a bunch of traditions. Obviously they did with removing the national decks. So I just figured they're doing something like this, and that's great. That's like, and with the amazing news is, you don't have to have the expansion pack to have the new Pokemon. That is very good. Like, for like the kids who can't, their parents can't afford it, or they don't even know about the expansion, that they can still get all the Pokemon. And yeah, that's great. Like, that's a pro consumer move, and anyone says it's not, I don't know what they're talking about, because you don't have to spend any money to get new Pokemon, like 200 of them. So anyway, sorry, got a little sidetracked. But that's it from me. Tell me what you guys think of the Pokemon Direct if you watched it. It was really early for the US people, so if you didn't, I understand. But I'm sure there's tons of, you can probably watch videos on it, videos on demand. So let me know what you think. And I am currently in the school right now, so the upload schedule is a bit out of whack while I try to figure out everything. I've been running around my whole town, and actually my whole state, trying to get certain books and stuff, so it's finally a bit more relaxed, and I should just be able to work on my school. So anyway, that's it from me. Thanks, guys. Bye.